We are in Mike Fulton's wood shop, and we're getting ready to draw names for our collaboration. The idea behind the collaboration is each of us has provided 3 or more ideas as to things we need for our shop, and if we draw someone's name, we take a look at their ideas, and we're going to actually build something for that person's shop. All right, let's go ahead and do the draw.
All right, we got 4 playing cards down here, names on the back of the cards. Somebody's going to draw a card, and whoever name goes with, it corresponds with one of the lists that's on the table here. And then the idea is to make something off that list. So Bob, why don't you go first?
All right, I am going to ask, since I know who some of the cards are, if someone would hold them in their hand and mix them up, and I'll just close my eyes and pick one because I don't want to. All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready anytime.
All right, I'm going to reach back here at the cards.
Easy.
Careful
Easy.
where you're reaching, Bob. And I've got one. And I got Guy.
Lucky.
Oh man, that scares me.
All right, Guy.
We can do the same thing. You want
Yeah.
to shuffle
Might
them?
as well. Keep it consistent. So the idea here is to keep it very random, and the project is kind of a surprise, so
I've got.
we don't know what we're going to build today.
Oh,
All right, Guy got me.
I guess that makes it easy for us.
That makes
It
it
does.
easy.
So the last 2 left are me and Cory.
I got
so
Mike.
I got Cory. So which one's yours, Liz, Cory?
Line paper.
This one?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Got
We're
mine.
going to keep these secret, and they'll be on my channel for my projects.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here at Mike Fulton's wood shop in Anderson, Indiana. With us, we have Guy Dunlap, we have Cory Irwin, and we have Mike Fulton. We are doing a little collaboration. We just drew names. I got Guy Dunlap, and I have a list of maybe 4 or 5 projects that Guy needs for his shop. And I've chosen one of those projects. I've chosen to build a spline jig for his table saw. I've got some plans. Let me give you a quick shot of the plans that I just sort of sketched them up real quick, and this is what I'm going to build. This sled will be really simple. It'll actually just run along the fence. It won't lap over it, but it'll just slide up next to the fence. The back of the box and the side panel will be about 3 inches tall. The whole thing will be about 12 inches long, and the front panel will be about 8 inches tall. I'll have a 90-degree, some hardwood here, and a 90-degree angle that will hang maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches above the blade, so that the box or whatever he's putting a spline in can drop into it. It'll hang down below the wood holders, and he'll be able to cut the spline that he needs right in the piece. I've got a parts list here, and we're getting ready to rough cut some plywood, and I'll get started building this spline jig.
You want me to hold it this way? Sure.
I've got this board ripped down to 8 inches, and what I need is a 12-inch piece for the side of the sled. I'm just using a couple of clamps to go ahead and square up the box. This will run along the fence, and the 90-degree angle for cutting the splines will be on this side. And I just want to make sure everything is nice and square. We're going to go ahead and drill a couple of holes in the top, get that attached, and then we'll take the clamps off and drill the bottom holes. Just right up. Pretty nice. Side. Make it hard on you, aren't I?
Well, I got the other camera in the way.
I can move it.
That's all right, I'm good.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So this is set it from 90, 30 degrees, which would make a total of 60
moved a little
degrees
bit.
here. One to 120.
Just make sure.
Register that against this right here.
There it is right there.
That's right and straight.
It's hard to hold. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I would like to say a special thanks to Mike Fulton for hosting me in his shop. I have finished my spline jig. This is it. This part runs along the fence, so you get a nice straight cut. Your frame or your box will set in this 90-degree V. We can cut a nice slot for the spline as it runs over the blade, and it's nice and simple, straightforward, and Guy seems to like it. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I want you to know you are always welcome in my shop as well as Mike Fulton's shop. Have a great evening. We'll see you soon. Hello, everybody. It's been a couple of days since I was up at Mike Fulton's shop hanging out with Mike, Cory Irwin, and Guy Dunlap. I was in the house working on my video, editing it and getting ready to post it, when I realized there was something missing. I needed to show myself hanging this sandpaper dispenser and tape rack and putting it to use. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this over to the other side of my shop, beside my lathe, and I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted to the wall, and we'll get it loaded up with our sandpaper, and we'll get some tape on there and get this ready to be used on the very next project that we do on the lathe. You can see I've got my sandpaper laid out. This is the 120, 240, 320, and 400, and this is how I've been using it, just off of the table of my bandsaw. I've decided to go ahead and mount the combination sandpaper dispenser and tape rack right here next to my lathe cabinet. I chose this height based on convenience. This particular jig has a hacksaw blade across the front of it that the sandpaper will go under, so I'll be able to put a thumb right on the blade and tear up and tear off a piece of sandpaper to the desired length. The way Guy designed it is it just lifts out, the pipe has a couple of holes in it, and there are nails in each side that the pipe sits on to hold it in place. I'm going to go ahead and slide my paper on in reverse order: 400, 320, 240, and 150, I believe. And a couple of other things that needs to happen. I got some of my blue tape that I use on my finger when I do my CA glue. I've got some double-sided Turner's tape, and I'm sure I'll have some other tapes that I'll be able to add to this in the very near future. I'm really happy to have this jig in my shop. For a long time now, I've needed a place to store and dispense my sandpaper and to store my tape so that it's always close, easily accessible, and I don't have to go looking for it all over the shop. I'd like to thank Guy Dunlap for choosing and building this project for me. I would like to thank Mike Fulton for inviting us all to come down to his shop and do this collaboration. And I'd like to thank Cory Irwin for joining in on the fun as well. I'm going to put links to all three of their channels in the comments below. Please take a few minutes, if you don't already subscribe, check out their channels. They got some great videos. Like, subscribe, give them some comments. Let them know you're out there. Let them know you found them from this collaboration. I'm also going to put links to the other three videos, or the other three build videos from the collaboration. That will all be in the comments below. thank you for joining me in the shop. I know I already said this, but you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon. Have a great evening, everybody.